Hello everyone, my name is Slavica Dimitrovska, your English teacher for today. And today's lesson is indefinite pronouns used for places. So the objective is to learn what types of indefinite pronouns do we use when we talk about places, understand their meaning, and use them correctly in a sentence. First, let's see what are indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are pronouns that do not refer to a specific person, thing, amount, or place. Let's look at the examples. Number 1. I need to find some information for my English project. Number 2. Anyone who wants to do the project should come at 3 p.m. Number 3. You can take any bus. They all go to the center. Number 4. Where are you going? Nowhere. I'm staying at home. So you can see that all these words like some, anyone, any, and nowhere are indefinite pronouns. Some of them, like anyone and nowhere, are compound words of any and no in this case, but there are also indefinite pronouns that are compound words of some and every. Let's look at the following chart. We already said that indefinite pronouns are pronouns that do not refer to a specific person, thing, or place, and they can be compound words of some, any, no, and every. So when we talk about people, the indefinite pronouns are someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, no one, nobody, everyone, or everybody. When we talk about things, the indefinite pronouns are something, anything, nothing, or everything. And when we talk about places, the indefinite pronouns are somewhere, anywhere, nowhere, and everywhere. So today, we're going to focus on indefinite pronouns used for places. And as we already said, they are nowhere, somewhere, anywhere, and everywhere. Let's start from nowhere. Let's look at the examples first. Number 1. These animals can be found in Australia and nowhere else, which means only in Australia. Number 2. There is nowhere for her to sit, which means there is no place for her to sit. And number 3, he's got a nowhere job, which means a job without progress or success. In this case, nowhere is used as an adjective to describe the type of job. When do we use nowhere? Nowhere is used to indicate that something or someone cannot be seen or found. For example, my keys are nowhere to be found, or my keys are not in any place where I can find them. There's nowhere to see a movie in Johnstown, which means there is no place to see a movie in Johnstown. We can also use nowhere when making negative statements to say that a suitable place does not exist. For example, there was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Poor girl, she has nowhere to stay. I had nowhere to buy milk. There weren't any shops. If something or someone appears from nowhere, or out of nowhere, it means that they appear suddenly or unexpectedly. For example, the snake that Carl stepped on came out of nowhere, which means came suddenly or unexpectedly. A car came from nowhere and I had to jump back into the hedge just in time. Again, with the same meaning. Let's look at more examples. He lives in the middle of nowhere. This means that he lives far away from other places. We pitched the tent in the middle of nowhere. The tent is far away from other places. The farmhouse is in the middle of nowhere, again with the same meaning. Look at this example. Nowhere is more peaceful than this village. This silence makes me feel relaxed, which means there is no place like this village where I feel more relaxed. Or, for many bird watchers, there is nowhere better than Scotland, which means there is no place like Scotland where you can watch birds. Let's go on to somewhere. The pronoun somewhere refers to some unspecified place or a place without saying exactly where. For example, number 1, I've seen you somewhere before. Number 2, he was in search of somewhere to live. Let's stop somewhere to eat, or to stop at some place to eat, we do not specify where. He's somewhere on vacation. He is at a certain place, but we don't know where. It was somewhere around the second part of the play when I lost interest, which means it was at some unknown time close to or around the second part of the play when I lost interest. I saw your glasses somewhere downstairs, again with the same meaning. At least we found somewhere to park our car. Or, Henry works somewhere here. Would you like to see him? Somewhere is also used when giving an approximate number, amount, or time, like in the examples. It was painted somewhere between 1960 and 1970, so we do not say the definite year. Or, Anne is somewhere between 80 and 90 years old, so we do not say the definite age. Let's go on to everywhere. The pronoun everywhere means in or to all places in particular area. For example, I've looked everywhere. Dust is everywhere. People come from everywhere to see these lights. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find him. Clothes are everywhere, hanging out of drawers, on the bed, and strewn across the floor. So in all sentences, everywhere means all places. Let's look at the examples. There are birds everywhere, not just in South America, which means birds are in all places in the world, not just in South America. I take a bottle of water with me everywhere I go, which means I take a bottle of water to all places I go. I hate flying, so I go everywhere by road or rail. Or I go to all places by road or rail. Ken never uses his car. He goes everywhere by motorcycle, again with the same meaning. Anywhere. The pronoun anywhere means in or to any place. It is used in statements with negative meaning or negative sentences to indicate that a place does not exist, or in questions without saying exactly where, like in the examples. Number 1, we can't find him anywhere. Number 2, he doesn't have anywhere to live. Number 3, we haven't seen such a beautiful house anywhere in the world. And number 4, did you try to get help from anywhere? So this is the last one, is a question. And we do not say where exactly. And the rest of the examples are negative sentences. Let's look at more examples. Is there anywhere to eat around here? Which means, is there any place where we can eat? Or, they live in some tiny little village miles from anywhere, which means a very long way from other places. She can't find her book anywhere, which means she can't find her book because she always leaves her books everywhere. Stay at home, don't go anywhere. Again, with the same meaning. I looked everywhere for my t-shirt, but I couldn't find it anywhere. The only person who is anywhere close to the truth is my mother. Here, we emphasize the statement that we are making. They weren't anywhere near enough empty boxes. Again, with the same meaning. Now let's practice. Complete the sentences using the indefinite pronouns. Nowhere, somewhere, anywhere, and everywhere. So I want you to pause this video and do this exercise. Now let's check the answers. Number 1, there must be a restaurant somewhere around here. Number 2, you can get everywhere in the world in a few hours. Number 3, he is nowhere in the school. Where can he be? Number 4, you can't go anywhere in this month. Number 5, I can't see my pencil. It must be somewhere in my room. Number 6, I put my dictionary somewhere, but I couldn't find it anywhere. This is because you always leave your books everywhere. Number 7, my Aunt Anna lives out in the middle of nowhere. Number 8, there are so many ants in the jungle, it's like they're everywhere. Number 9, there is nowhere I would rather be than at home. And number 10, they have a new house somewhere in London. Thank you for watching this video.